It's not very often that Grandpa Lou is the person who has to learn a lesson in Rugrats, but this is exactly what we get with Grandpa's Bad Bug. This is the first segment of the first episode of the 5th season, and in this one, Grandpa is trying to go out all night, and Stu tells him that he's far too old for this. The last time he did it, he ended up having to sleep for a very long time afterwards, but Grandpa's not wanting to hear this, despite the fact that Stu reminds him of a rhyme he taught him as a child about breaking your promises and doing things that you shouldn't. And off Grandpa goes, and he sneaks back home early in the morning, and to get out of helping Stu and Didi with the gardening, he lies and says that he's not feeling well, he's got a stomach bug, he needs to go to bed. The babies overhear this, and I have to say, Phil and Lil, as prominent bug eaters, were really in their element here, because they learn that Grandpa must have eaten a bad bug. And they decide that in order to get the bug out of him, they need to make a picnic, because apparently Phil and Lil went on a picnic recently and all of the bugs were there, which is, let's face it, very true. As soon as you have any kind of food outside, the insects will swarm. And there's a really brilliant bit where they're making a picnic on Grandpa's face while he sleeps, and as the babies keep interfering with Grandpa, he keeps having these strange experiences, and he thinks that it's his conscience getting the better of him because of this lie that he told. And he has to learn the hard way that what he did was wrong. Meanwhile, the babies continue to try and get this bad bug out of him. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to see Grandpa in a slightly different role. Usually he's the one who's either causing problems by forgetting about the children, or he's the one who's telling them a story. But in this one, all of the action was done to him, and I think that that worked very well. And it was also nice to see him looking slightly differently. For example, he was very unshaven or roughly shaven when he snuck back in the house. We see him lying in bed with his pajamas on. I think they were orange and stripy, if I remember rightly. And also Phil and Lil had on some really cute pajamas as well. So in terms of the animation, I found that to be really satisfying and something that I think worked very well. And obviously the message there is really important. If you break a promise, if you tell a lie, it's really going to get at you, and you're going to really struggle to be able to sleep soundly, as we see with Grandpa. Really enjoyed it. Grandpa's Bad Bug is a nice story, very well animated, and obviously with a really important and very well delivered message.